Welcome back to Talk About Strange. Please tell me I'm not the only one feeling cooped up. I'm getting the winter blues and I had to get out of the office and get some sunshine. And today's the first sunshiny day I've seen. So I thought with a little bit of sunshine, even if there's a little bit of snow, it's the perfect day to go to the lake. So I'm going to go to my favorite place out on Lake Ontario and see if we can't share some stories and have some fun and get some fresh air. I even brought my drone along with me, so maybe I'll get some drone shots and play it along with the video, and we'll just see if we can get some new environment. So it'll be a great way to start the day. Come on, guys, let's go. Got things to do. Come on. Holy crap. And I thought this would be a great spot to go. Man, it is sunshiny out here. I think we'll take a walk out to the pier. We'll do some recording, do some drone shots. I just heard a great big chunk of ice fall off the edge of the pier there. That was kind of cool. But we'll get out there and get some reading done. Ah. All right. I'm not going to pretend this has been easy today. I grabbed the wrong lens. Well, I didn't grab it. It wasn't in my bag. I think I took it out and put it on my stand to clean it, and I didn't realize that I'd done that, so I left that one there. So this is my 50mm lens, but it doesn't zoom in and out, so really limits me to what I can do. My daughter's texting me about the stuff that's going into the store. She added a tote bag, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I don't even know how this video is going to come out, so I'm a little discouraged, but at least I'm outside getting some sunshine, right? Anyway, I got coffee. I got a piece of apple pie. I already ate that. There's people out on the beach walking today. 40 degrees, but everybody's been cooped up, so they're real excited to get outside, get some fresh air. I wonder if I should just do it on here. Should be able to do it on here. This screen, I got quite a glare on the screen, but I had problems with the drone. I had problems with the camera. See if I have problems with my iPad. Maybe I did want to do that. What's going on here? Where are we? What do we got here? Here's one. That's kind of interesting. This is from our friend Jeff. Hi Steve. Columbus Day, October 12th, 2009. I had the day off work. I woke up early and was browsing the internet. A stern voice entered my head and said, "Go to Begby Hot Springs." It caught me off guard and startled me a little bit. I didn't hear it in a usual fashion, but rather it sounds like it was inside my head or in my brain. I went out to the living room to see if the TV or radio was on. Nope. I dismissed the voice and had another cup of coffee and got back online, probably looking up Bigfoot reports. As someone who is always second-guessing things, I decided to obey this voice, and I remembered ignoring a voice years ago that told me to do something. I didn't obey it, and some bad things occurred in my life. So I got myself together and drove to Begby Hot Springs in Mount Hood National Forest in the Pacific Northwest of Oregon. The hike from the park was one of the 1.5 miles. It took me well over an hour as I took my time looking up and down and wandering off trail a bit, expecting to see tracks or Sasquatch. I finally made it up to the hot springs area and looked around. It was my first time there ever. I wandered all the way around the area, decided to give up and finding anything, and turned around to the trail to hike back to my rig when I saw right in front of me a series of huge footprints. The ground was hard dirt and pine needles littered the forest floor. There was morning dew in the grass. Somebody's bare feet picked up the pine needles and left a trail of 5 to 6 prints behind. Damn. They're big prints. Including here in the picture of the left footprint, and to the right looks like a footprint toe drag. I was so excited to see my first Sasquatch prints that I got down on my hands and knees and looked closer. I smelled the ground and gave thanks to the voice that told me to go there that day. I have more real-life Sasquatch stories if you think the audience wants more. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff Roan. Not Jeff Jones, Jeff Roan. I said it wrong, I guess, on him. Sorry about that, Jeff. I hope I got it right this time. That is awesome. And you can make that out very well. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that is cool. What else we got here? You had sent me another story, Jeff. You sent me another pic. There's your mug. Oh yeah, I recognize him. Me, Wethead, at breakfast with Bob Gimlin and Ron Moorhead in 2016. That's awesome. That's cool. Hope you don't mind me sharing this. Come on, where's the other one you sent me? You sent me one here more recently, Jeff. Dogman sighting. Here we go. Hi, Steve. Thanks for creating this channel. You reached a lot of people and it's helping people deal with some of their strange experiences. Pun intended. Strange. Okay, I got you. I want to share a Dogman encounter that I had on the way to work one morning. I lived in Yakult, Washington, along the East Fork of the Lewis River for a few years. Yakult is derived from the Clitatak word. I'm going to go with Clitatak word. Yahakatl? Yahakatl. I don't know. I'm terrible with these words. I should Google them before I'm out in the middle of the lake, right? Anyway, meaning a haunted place or place of evil spirits. The area was also known as the Valley of the Lost Children. This sounds familiar. You went there? As I headed west on Lucia Falls Road, the sun was getting ready to come up and it was light outside, but not totally yet. The route took me to northeast 152nd Ave and then on to Rock Creek Road. Then I had to turn south on Highway 503 headed towards Battleground. When I was on northeast 152nd, I could see down the road something running on all fours in my lane coming towards me. I was moving at a great speed. I was doing around 45 and this thing had to have been doing around 30 or so. At first I thought it was a bear. Nope. Then a llama. Nope. It seemed to have huge front legs. Elephant? Nope. I couldn't make it out. The head as it was down and blended in with its dark body. It stayed in my lane and I felt like we were on a collision course. The only thing between us now was pavement and 3 driveways on my right. I believed it was going to dart up one of those driveways to get away, so I let the turbo on and my Saab kicked in and I tried to beat it to that spot. It indeed beat me to the driveway. I had to slam on my brakes, but I passed it a little and had to back up. The driveway slopes uphill just a little and had trees and bushes on one side. So it was a little bit dark inside the driveway, but I could see it. Its body was darker than the area it stood in. It was on all fours and had its rear facing me. Its body curved and turned towards me so I could see its head. I could make out barely the expression it had on its snout. It glared at me as if it was taunting me. In my head, I translated that looked like a message. Ha ha, you can't get me. Man, I was freaked out. I got the hell out of there as fast as I could. I arrived at the coffee shop next to my workplace and contacted some of my friends and shared what I saw. One of my friends put me in touch with Vic Cundiff, a well-known Dogman investigator. After sharing what happened and giving Vic all the details, he agreed that I had an actual Dogman encounter. As far as the body size, it was huge in comparison to a dog, such as a German Shepherd. If I had to guess its height as it stood on all fours, its back would come up to my chest. I'm 5'10". Its face snout seemed to be able to smile or smirk at me. That was actually the scariest part of the whole encounter. I feel fortunate and lucky to have had the sighting, but I don't think I liked it too much. There was something very dark and negative about seeing it and being near it. If you ever feel that same way when you're out in the woods, my advice would be to leave the area ASAP. Thanks again for this awesome platform, Steve. Jeff Roan. Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that you've given me on this channel. You've been there along with a few right from the very beginning pretty much, and I've helped this channel grow. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate you sending this in. I hope you don't mind me coming out here to read it. All right. Oh, whoa, I didn't want to turn it off. All right, let's go. What else we got here? We got another one we can do? Okay, so this one goes back to our UFO encounter abduction story. I'll put the thumbnail up on Highway 21, if you guys remember that one. There's some more of the story that he wanted to share with us that he thought was pretty important, and I do too. But let me go right down through his letter here. All right, first off, please remember I don't want my name used. First, thank you for reading my story. I listened to you read it several times, and I read all the comments. Unfortunately, this left me with more questions than answers. Why do I remember the woman and the thing over the road with such detail? I can describe the woman from her hair color to what she was wearing. I remember that the black thing floating over the road, just over the top of the pines that took up the whole sky. It almost made no, I think, sense. Because it says almost made no nose, but I think he meant no sense. Why did the drive across the state from my parents' house, which took me normally 3 hours, then took me 5 that night? Why did 3 people or entities look like glowing ovals? Why don't I remember anything from when I felt the hand pull me back out of the car, when I regained consciousness, and why was my head swimming when I regained consciousness? The whole interaction from when I saw the thing over the road, the other car, the woman pulled over to the side of the road and got out and looked back at her, and then up at the thing over the road and back to her standing next to the 3 ovals. Couldn't have taken more than 5 minutes. If I was unconscious with my car door wide open the whole time, how come no one found me and tried to help me? How come there were no other cars on the road? When I looked back for the other car and the woman, where did they go? It was like they vanished. If she was bait, or was she bait, or a decoy, like one of the comments said. Like I said, more questions without answers. I'm not going to say I was abducted because I have no memory of that. When I got back to La Crosse, how come I was so drained and I just wanted to go to bed? I wasn't going to write back, but there's more to the story that I didn't feel comfortable sharing. I don't think you would feel comfortable sharing it either. Well, here it goes. When I got back to La Crosse, I stripped down to my boxers and crawled into bed. The next morning, I slept until noon. I got up to go to the bathroom, and as I was walking to the toilet, I caught a glimpse of myself in the bathroom mirror. I totally freaked out. This scared me. I had a small crescent bruise under my left eye. I had bruises across my chest, my abdomen, and down both arms. The bruises took about 2 weeks to clear up. The odd thing about the bruises is that there was no pain. I had no idea how I got them. At least I have no memory of it. Do what you want with this. Thanks again. I really enjoy your channel and the safe environment you provide for people to share their stories. I can't share your name, but you know who I'm talking to. Thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for trusting us enough to share it with us. But, it's important that people have an area that they can share the stuff instead of bottling it up. For some people, it's just too much. I don't know how I ended up in the position to do what I'm doing here. I'm glad I did. I just, like I said, when I started doing this in the beginning, it was, I had total different plans, a total different path that I was on. And granted, I was looking for my path, but I thought I'd found it. And then one thing led to another, and I ended up here doing this. I don't know, I'm just glad that I'm here for you guys to be able to share these stories. And I just hope that it helps some people, and I think that's the most important thing. The channel's growing, and I feel like the more we grow, the more stories we can share, and the more people that we can attract that might have answers for us. There's a lot of good people out there, as I keep saying, on the internet that are sharing great information, a lot of information, and we have to keep watching them as well as much as we can and learning and putting this all together so we can all get answers. But I just really appreciate you guys sharing your stories with me, and well, you're not just sharing them with me. I appreciate you sharing the stories with everyone out there with me and using me as a catalyst for that. So, well, I got outside. I got some fresh air. I think I'm going to turn the cameras off, and I'm just going to enjoy this for a little while and get back to the office and get some stuff, the recordings set up and loaded up for you guys. I got another very important message. I didn't even mention it. I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but I got a message from Amarik, and I got to share that real soon here. So real soon. So look for that. All right. Thanks again. We'll see you real soon.